Straw Hut Media.
Oh my God. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Genuinely Gigi. I am here with my crazy, kooky friend, Anita.
Hello.
Who apparently does not know what a bong is.
I know what a bong is. I just thought that I think I'm thinking of a hookah.
Okay.
Is
That makes sense. So
okay.
you're thinking like
It has like the
tubes
yeah.
and
Sorry. Okay.
all kinds of stuff. Have
So I'm
you
not as
ever
kooky as you think I am, but
have you ever taken a bong rip?
I think I did once in college from the Pink Panther. No, I didn't. I thought I did. I didn't smoke.
No, Anita,
but my
I'm gonna-
friends had
let
the
me-
Pink Panther, and I watched them do it.
Give me your hand. God bless you. I know you haven't smoked a bong before because you just said you hit it from right here.
Oh, you don't? You put it from here.
Yeah, no, you
Oh, you're right.
You gotta see. You put the weed right
The
here.
weed goes here.
and then you do like this. You
Oh my God! Yes,
and then
yes.
you
I can't believe I
pick
just did
this up
that.
and you go.
Yeah. No, I knew that.
So no, you did not ever take a bong rip. And for the next episode of Genuinely Gigi, Anita will be taking bong rips. Okay.
Oh my God! I don't know.
Oh my God,
That's so
girl.
weird that I just totally like. It's so crazy that I just did it backwards. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry, but no, I did see my friends do the Pink Panther in college.
The movie,
No, it was huge Pink Panther bong. It was like up to here, and they were
like the actual the
they
detective
called
Pink
it
Panther,
the Pink Panther. Or, yeah,
from France. But you don't know how to hit a bong. That's okay. That's okay. That is as crazy as the next thing I'm about to say, because the word on the street is, honey, ex-MLB player Ben Zobrist, has filed a lawsuit against his pastor, claiming he had an affair with his wife while they were in marriage counseling. Okay, I want to understand that. So, baseball player guy or whatever, it doesn't matter what field he's in. He just, he goes to his pastor with his wife. They're clearly having some marital issues.
Okay.
So they go to the pastor, say, fix it, Jesus. And the pastor uses his tools, literally,
to fix it.
or fix her. Maybe she was the issue. Maybe she needed some dig. But I'm saying, are I don't know. I know how nuns, you're not allowed to have sex. Are pastors?
That's what I said. I was gonna just say I don't think so.
But they're married. You can be married and be having sex with your wife if you're a pastor, right? Or is it not? Is that Catholic? Or, I don't know. I don't want to be
know,
like
actually.
insulting.
I don't
want to
be insulting either. I
don't know if you're supposed to be, if you're allowed to have sex if you're a pastor with other married women. For sure, that's not
with
okay.
other married
Any
women,
kind of
for
religion.
sure, no.
I don't know.
Think of
Who's he suing? God? He's going to sue God? Because the pastor's going to say he's doing God's work. Who is this baseball player guy suing?
How did he even find out that this was going on?
That's another question. It's probably godly men. They came forward and were like, I sinned. Forgive me, baseball player, I have sinned.
Like a game. Like,
oh, yeah, we definitely.
that would
get the
be
game.
fun to have him as a guest, and I can ask him questions. That would be fun.
The pastor?
Yeah.
Yes, we should definitely get that. Whoa. I mean, do you lose your pastor license? How does that happen?
I don't even know what that. We have to do some research on this, actually.
It's fucked up.
It
Like,
is.
if people are coming to you for help, they're coming to you for guidance for something, right? Literally, fix it. Help me. I'm coming to you, a man of God. You speak for the name of God. And in order to show, how he helps, he has sex with his wife.
Yeah.
Why are they having separate counseling sessions? I thought it's marriage counseling. Or maybe like private sessions they had to have?
Maybe private sessions, but I'm sure it went on even just beyond
More.
sessions and stuff too. And I'm wondering if he probably, even if he doesn't I'm sure they're gonna make him quit, retire.
They'll
or
probably
he's gonna
take this
or
sash
something.
or
I
whatever,
don't think
yeah.
he's gonna or he's just gonna have to, because no one's gonna accept him or look at him the same way. They're gonna be like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you've sinned, you've done this, whatever. So he's probably definitely out of
sure,
being in the church. But I really don't I don't know if they can be with someone or not. I thought they're not supposed to be in a relationship.
Well, I know priests like at different churches that I've been to, that the preacher is married.
So that's okay.
I think that's okay if your marriage is okay in the name of God, and
So
you're
that's
only
fine.
supposed to be sleeping with your wife, because how else are you supposed to have children if
Yeah,
you're
that's
not
true.
married?
That's true. That's true.
So,
But with that movie, Keeping the Faith,
God, I don't know.
with
God, I
Ben
don't
Stiller
know.
and
You say, am I supposed to take a movie seriously with Ben Stiller in it?
No, I'm just wondering because I forget if the guy, because I feel like the priest, he liked the girl in the movie. What was his name? The guy from Primal Fear? Okay, it's a whole nother topic. Let's just take this all out.
This is
What's his
entertainment
name?
for me.
Ryan, what's his name? Primal Fear? He's one of my favorite actors.
Primal Fear. That's Edward Norton and
Ed
Richard.
Norton. So Ed Norton was the priest, and then Ben Stiller was the rabbi, and they liked the same girl. So
I
it was
remember this, but that's a comedy, sweetheart. You cannot bring in comedy with an actual woman that's trying to help her marriage, fucking her pastor, and now the husband is suing. I'm just curious.
of who he's suing.
Well, that
the-
part, I want to know who's suing, because the church is going to be like,
Like,
we
it's
don't
not our
know
fault,
this guy.
yeah.
Like, yeah, we know you're not taking the church's money. You know what I mean? So I don't. That's all kinds of fucked up, and I don't know. It's all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah.
All kinds of fucked up. But in better news in the sports world, because that was not a normal situation. In better news, and in world history breaking news, a NFL football player, NFL football. How do I say NFL? NFL means National Football League, right? So NFL, National Football League football. That would just be weird.
That's weird. So
NFL player.
NFL
player Carl Nassib. He has come out. He is the first actively open gay man playing for the NFL. He is 28 years old. He is 100 levels of very hot and sexy, and he's gay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you make fucking history. And that is how you set paths for people, and you become something. And I just...
Yeah, that's
100%, Carl. That is amazing. That is amazing. Like, I hope it doesn't get weird for him. Like, you know how guys can be douchebags,
Like
but
the
I feel like in this
locker
day and
room.
age, they're not going to pull the whole locker room situation or, but then again, we have a lot of, wrong people in this world that still do have certain views. And I don't know. What do you think is going to happen for him? Do you think he'll get heat for it?
I think a little bit. I think he's going to be praised in a lot of ways because I feel like this is not going to open the doors for a lot more of the NFL players
sure.
or any basketball, any athlete to come out. But I also feel like, and it's going to go down to like high school and college and different levels too, that maybe kids will be, students will feel more comfortable coming out too and being like treated. So he's really paved the road and opened up the door for a lot of people. So again, more power to you, Carl. But I think he will still. I don't think people will be so openly like weird to him, but I still think he will be discriminated a little bit. But because there are some of those guys on the team or athlete, coaches, whatever, that are still going to have like some type of reaction to that and maybe not be so okay with it. I don't know. I hope to God not.
I hope,
But I think like because back in 2014, another NFL player had come out, something Michaels, like Sam Michaels or something, and right before the draft or during the draft, and then he got picked, and then he had to, I think, step down.
Yeah.
So that was back in 2014. So this is a really big deal, and this is amazing.
Is a really huge deal because it is the league. The league is actually accepting this.
Yeah.
The league is saying we are now fine with this because it's existed before. It's just never been able to be talked about.
Yeah.
And I think we're in a culture now. Again, I don't want to talk about cancel culture, but we're in a culture now that you can't just get away with mistreating people anymore, and people are stepping up for it, and people are taking public leaps that they have been so scared to take. They are doing things that are always considered controversial and taboos, and they're being more fearless and in their approach to life. And I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Because it brings us to what we want to talk about today with our guest, which is Mr. Andy Cohen. I can't believe I'm even saying that. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Either.
But we want to talk about those leaps, such as him being a gay man, and saying, I'm going to be a single father, I'm going to get an egg donor, I'm going to give myself a surrogate, and I'm going to make myself a child. And I mean, we have some similarities. I obviously don't have the penis. We had to do a few different things, but it is a brilliant situation. So let's go ahead and bring them on.
You know her from Shaws of Sunset. You know she doesn't hold back.
Go shake your titties again. No, that's not how you shook them.
It's not shaking because it's seriously like really tight.
It's
and
so
I have
tight.
a brace. But
Oh, it's really tight.
or else they would be everywhere. And they're not like yours are like round and nice. Mine are like
Mine are gigantic.
they're like
I cannot believe who I'm about to introduce right now. Our guest today has so many accomplishments that I wouldn't even know where to start. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri, but then decided to head to Massachusetts, where he graduated from Boston University with a Bachelor of Science degree in broadcast journalism. He began his television career as an intern at CBS News and would go on to spend another 10 years with the network, serving as a producer and senior producer of multiple shows. But it was in 2004 that I'd like to think his career was about to take off, as he became the vice president of original programming at Bravo. And in 2006, he helped create a show called The Real Housewives of Orange County. With 9 other cities to soon join the franchise, The Real Housewives were a massive success. But his most noble successes to date are becoming the first openly gay host of a late-night talk show, which he calls Watch What Happens Live, where he showed the world what the definition of fun hosting truly is. And his most other noble success would be having his son Benjamin, and the route he chose to have him by using difficult and controversial methods, such as using an egg donor and surrogacy. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's a producer, a host, a great father, and he is one person who has always been extremely accommodating to my hearing disability. Please give a genuinely Gigi welcome to the king of reality TV, Mr. Andy Cohen.
Genuinely Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Hi, guys.
Andy. How are you?
Good. How are you? That was a great intro. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you are really, I had such a hard time writing your intro because I kept saying to Anita, I'm like, he has so much about him that I don't know how I'm supposed to like
keep it.
Yeah, how do I condense that into a little? I am so excited to have you
great.
here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm very nervous at.
She hasn't slept in like 2 nights.
I haven't.
Oh, come on, Gigi.
haven't
We've known each
because
other for years.
I know, but it's like it's the other way around, and I'm used to being, in your position. You ask me the questions, and to me, I've always looked at you as that godfather. So it's like there's always this level of respect. So for me to want to, ask you the tough questions, it's just I don't know.
You're going to be great, and
Thank you.
It's going to be amazing.
Oh my gosh. Andy, I don't know if you remember because it was a long time ago. Anita was on the season 1 of Shaws of Sunset. And
yes.
Do you remember?
I did a bit of a karate chop to her face.
Chop my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My amazing reflexes. I dodged it, and here we
now
are
we're
today. We're like
besties.
besties. Yes.
Oh
my
my
years
God.
later.
I feel like I have known you very personally for a very long time, and not because I've been a part of Shaw's and Bravo for 10 years now, but because I was watching you and I was watching your shows, way before I was even on Shaw's or on TV. I was obsessed with reality TV. Like, still to this day, I watch every reality show out there. But you have just turned something into something just so colossal. And it's been so amazing because I joined Shaw's in 2010. So you had the franchise, the Housewives franchise. But to see 10 years, 11 years now, what you turn that into, it's fucking awesome, Andy. I love that. I'm just, I learned a lot from you. And that's why I feel like I'm even more nervous because I just have so many questions to ask you. But let's just start with how's your son, Ben? How's he doing?
Ben is great. He's adorable, and he is 2 and 5 months, and he's great.
Yeah. Has he started school?
He was in a twos program that just ended. He was in it from January until June. So that was his first bit of socialization. And it was, I mean, I'm sure you can say the same thing. I mean, the pandemic was kind of a blessing in disguise because we got to spend so much time with our kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back,
so we created an embryo using a sperm and an egg, and then we just sort of, and you went the surrogacy way of putting it into a different host.
Yes.
Was that a difficult process? Because in New York, it was still illegal at that time, correct?
Correct, which is why I had Ben in California.
Right. Elijah just turned 1 April 27th. Isn't that Anderson Cooper's son's birthday, April 27th? Or is it, are we this?
Yes, it actually is.
That's Elijah's birthday too. They both had their kids on, I think, because I remember seeing you posting for Anderson's son, and I was like, oh my God, are they the same birthday?
Yes.
Let's do a joint birthday sometime.
They have joint birthdays, so they'll always celebrate in spirit for sure. That's amazing.
Cute.
So we're doing the touring process right now. We're touring schools, and everyone keeps saying, oh, well, this is the celebrity. So I'm like, are you guys for real celebrity, like little daycares? Is that like a thing?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You used gestational surrogacy to have Ben. And for a lot of people who don't know what that is there's traditional and there's gestational, which traditional is that the woman carrying the child is typically the biological mother, I guess you would say.
Right,
but with gestational, which Andy did and I did, so we created an embryo using a sperm and an egg, and then we just sort of, and you went the surrogacy way of putting it into a different host.
Yes.
Was that a difficult process? Because in New York, it was still illegal at that time, correct?
Correct, which is why I had Ben in California.
Right.
You know, he was carried and delivered in California, and I had a wonderful surrogate there who I'm still in touch with. And during that process and after that process, I worked very hard with Governor Cuomo, actually, and a whole team around him to pass the legalization of surrogacy in New York State, which is passed now, thanks in great effort to him. And it passed with a Bill of Rights for surrogates that is really, really groundbreaking, and I think will be very progressive and will be implemented in other state surrogacy laws. It just gives way more protections to surrogates than had been available in other states.
Right. I congratulations, because I did see that it passed in February in New York, and that is an amazing thing. I think it should be people's choice to do that. It's, my body, if I want to do that for, so congratulations. And I do hope that all the states catch on and it can become federally legalized, like cannabis. Right. So at which point did you decide that I'm okay with being a single dad?
I didn't think, I just thought, I just thought that I didn't want to wait until I fell in love.
Right.
I was like, there are some things you can control and there are some things you can't control. And I can't control when I'm going to fall in love, but I can control, to the best of my abilities, that I want to begin the process of making this happen. And so I also had the financial means that I could do it on my own. And I think both of those played a big part. I think if I was at a different phase in my life where maybe I couldn't afford it or I needed a partner to help, because I also knew I did, a budget, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be able to afford to have someone around to help me when I'm not around and all that stuff. So it just seemed, again, like something that I could control versus when I fall in love. I'm a finicky cat in terms of love.
Me too.
And, I've been in love twice, and I hope that lightning strikes again, but you never know.
Right.
And there you go.
Yeah. I agree. It is very expensive. Unfortunately, it is, and it's lengthy and it's time consuming. And you do have to sort of have that luxury of being able to take that time and make the financial commitments. I know your steps were, probably double than what mine were, because I had to freeze my eggs. Then I hired a company called Donor Concierge, which I started fishing, everywhere, surrounding countries, this whole nation, for my type of sperm that I was looking for. And it's just the weirdest process when you're building a baby.
Gigi, wasn't for me the whole process the hardest thing? It was harder for me doing this than finding a surrogate or anything. The hardest thing was choosing the egg for me. And I have to assume choosing the sperm was the hardest for you, because it's arguably the most important decision of our lives. We're choosing who the biological,
what the genes
everything,
are,
they're genetic, they're psychological, everything is defined.
Wait, so this is an international, you can go international?
Well, it depends on the companies that you hire, and it depends on the neighboring countries that some companies work with. But and it depends on the financial ability that you have to do that. Again, what Andy says, it's literally the most difficult decision you'll ever make. So I was okay with spending anything that I had
to get the top of that.
Because when you fall in love, you people say you create a child out of love, right? Or because you're married and it's time to do so. You don't necessarily think of what the child's genetic composition is going to turn out to be like, because you're in love, and that's all that matters. So having to actually create it, it's like going to that Build-A-Bear workshop, but it's like that's your child. It was exhausting. It was very, very.
How long did it take you, Adam, to like?
You know what? I kept putting the decision aside. I would start to do it. I would start to look, and I was like, it was. And then I have to say, a girlfriend of mine who had done it, gave me some really good advice about just really looking at the medical history, and then just kind of focusing on that, and then figuring out what was important to you, and then kind of trying to depersonalize it in a weird way.
Right.
So that was very helpful.
Yeah, I had very specific criteria, of course, and I did a psych eval with the company so they can understand me as well as understand what I wanted, and they thought would be good mixes as well. But one of my, one of my big things was I wasn't accepting files that didn't have photographs. I'm not asking for you to tell us or anything what your donor looks like, but was that a criteria for you too, is that you see what the person and what the person actually looks like physically?
That was one of the things that was tripping me up, because it's just because you're looking at a person, and so that was one of the things that was kind of both a benefit and an obstacle to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is, because I saw genetic profiles when it comes to diseases, and they're all the way to the grandparents and great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, and they were pristine, but then you look at their picture and you're like, well, maybe if they pick up more on my genome, you know what I mean? So I get it, but I was lucky to find the perfect one genetically. He's very, very handsome. But that sort of leads me into my next question is I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do it when Elijah asks me, because he's watching these cartoons now and he's reading the books now, and the words are starting to come out of his mouth, and dada, daddy, these are becoming more Ben is older, so mommy is a big thing in his cartoons and his books. Jimmy Fallon wrote a book called Mama. I swear Eli goes around the whole house screaming, Mama, 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 Mama. So what is that like for Ben? Has he referenced anything or anyone as mommy?
We haven't had that conversation, and no, it's been pretty simple. And the good news is there are all kinds of families that are around us. My best friend, his daughter, he was a single parent when he had his daughter, and I know that he told her, that families come in all different forms, and that he went about this on his own, and that it meant that he had to, babies are made with an egg and a sperm, and he had the sperm, and, so just that he went to extraordinary, she was so wanted. This is what he told her, that she was so wanted that he had to go to extraordinary measures to get her. And that's how he just kind of kept it scientific and the truth. And that is the truth. But we haven't had the conversation, and I haven't exactly figured out, what it'll be, but it'll be something along those lines.
Yeah. I saw you left. You made a quote that said you wish your son was going to have a head full of hair, and that he over exceeded that.
Yes,
that's adorable. Were you expecting more or less? What were you? Expecting
I don't know.
anything?
I was like, oh, I hope he has some hair, and then I was in the delivery room, and the doctor turned to me and said, oh, you're going to be very happy. And then I went over there and saw. I was like, oh my god,
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So, is Ben going to be able to have contact with his donor, or is that it's completely anonymous?
I think that's a conversation for later. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to decide that as well. I'm trying to figure out.
But have you had contact with that person?
No, mine is completely anonymous, but I have the file, and the file has the photo and so much information. And to me, do I hand him the file? When do I hand him the file? If he says, Mom, help me find him. What do I
think you let him guide that conversation, because who knows, he could be 20 and he could finally say, I wish you had a picture of my biological, and then you could say, well, I do you want to see it, so
right.
I don't know.
If you offer it so he knows he has access to it when he gets a little bit older, then when he's finally ready, if he's ready, then he would come to you.
So you think I should make it known that there's access to
I think
file?
so. And then also, is the agency, like, if you call them up, you could just be like, hey, we want access to the father. Can we?
No,
so
that's
they have nothing.
so anonymous, and there's so many legal aspects to that there's.
So you'd really have to find him yourself.
Right.
Oh,
right.
wow.
And I did. I turned into a private investigator, and a couple of days before I was about to put the embryo inside of me, and I thought, what if everything in this file is a lie, and he's a mass killer, murderer, and he's a psychopath?
So wait, you went and found the guy secretly?
I found him.
Oh, it's not a secret
And
anymore.
you had a private investigator do that?
I had a private investigator, Gigi, do that.
Oh, he was
right. Wow. And then, but you did not meet him. You just kind of saw him.
No. I don't ever. And I regret finding him. I found everything from Instagram to businesses, home, everything. I found everything, and I regret it. But I made a promise to myself that I will never again go back and check, and I haven't. Okay. So,
right.
Because I don't want to. I just wanted the reassurance that the file that I chose to create my child is going to be safe. That was all I really cared about. And he matched up to everything that he said about himself in the file based on his Instagram.
Oh, well, that's good.
Breath of fresh air. Oh my God.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back,
So with Kris Jenner having the lie detector test and confirming that Kim is indeed her favorite child, who is your current favorite housewife?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
So now, Andy, you said that you still keep in touch with a surrogate. Is that something that you're gonna keep? like a relationship with.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, she's a very important person in my family, and so absolutely, you know, I mean, it's surrogates are, they just are angels. I mean, they're providing something that is I mean, I can't even put words around what they're doing. And it's
and
incredible.
it's hard because they get attached to this child inside.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
They don't.
I don't think so. I think it would have been something I would be able to do only if I didn't have autoimmune disease and it didn't cause so many issues. I would definitely do that.
See, I think I would get like so attached.
Some people might, and if you know that you would, then it's not for you.
But I don't know.
It's not for you. Then.
Never tried it.
Right.
Andy, if you had a preference and having another child were involved, would you like to take the same approach with your significant other and have another child, or are you done having kids?
No, I think it would be great. You know, I think it would be great for everybody. I think it would be great for Ben. Most specifically, I just think it would be great for Ben, you know, to have a sibling. I grew up with a sister. We were really close growing up, and you had a sister growing up, and you know, it's nice. It's a family, you know, and especially as a single dad. I mean, so yeah, it's definitely something that I think about.
Yeah, that would be so sweet to have a little sibling for Ben. I saw you had a little dog sitting day with Wacha. Oh my God.
Waka.
It was Waka. I thought it was Waka, and I thought Reza told me Wacha.
You know.
Yeah, I thought it was Waka. I said Waka. How was that?
It was really sweet. I mean, it was like being with an ex, you know, who you're still in love with, but you know that you had to break up, you know.
Would you ever consider getting a puppy?
Another dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Just one that I knew, you know, that the breed was absolutely kid friendly and sure.
That's exactly what I did. I was 4 months pregnant when I got my Rottweiler Jaja. But I did so much research about breeds, and knowing her pedigree all the way to her grandparents, like just like my sperm, it helps in knowing what you're getting. I mean, I hate to compare it to a dog, but it really does, because if it's around a baby and I have 2 cats, I can't take that risk. No. I can't take that risk. Oh, Andy, I would love to see you get a puppy, and I am so grateful for you doing this and letting me get a little bit of taste of who Andy Cohen is. You know what I mean? Because I have so many questions when I see you, and we're always working and we're doing Shaw's of Sunset or Bravo stuff. So it was cool to get you to take a few steps away and answer some of my, you know, personal questions about your life.
You bet. Well, I love seeing your evolution as a mom, and I also just want to commend you for doing it on your own. I mean, how did you, just before I go, how did you know that was the right time for you?
I think it was just, I realized that I'm not the relationship type, and I didn't need to be in love to have something that I know I've always wanted, which was a child. So again, if I get a partner in my life, that would be a plus. But the child was something I needed to have. And I got my life together emotionally, psychologically. My health was getting better. And I thought, you know what, now I have the money right now to be able to afford this. I'm just going to do it. So
do you have other embryos?
Look who cannot control his hosting. Look at this. I love this.
This is great. Keep going.
What is it? Do I win?
Do you have other embryos?
I do. So I was and it all happened last season. I was pregnant. I had a rupture because of fluke accident. It went into my fallopian tubes. I got both my fallopian tubes removed. 3 months later, pregnant. I had 5 grade like AA embryos, because for people who don't know, your embryos go through like a testing process if you want. I waited. I grew my embryos the 10 days. We tested it for genetics, and I ended up getting 5 supreme ones. I lost the one, obviously, and then Elijah's the other one. So I have 3 on ice. Is that weird to say on ice? Like it's vodka? Oh my God. Yeah, 3 frozen. But I think I'm okay with having no more kids. I think I'm okay with my son and I. My health got worse because of my loss of pregnancy. So I'm dealing with my RA as if it just started all over again. So I'm okay right now, just enjoying.
But for
Eli.
Selfish reasons, I want her to have another one.
You need to have one. Andy, do you know any good nice, successful Jewish men for Anita?
I'm okay. I'm past the Jewish thing at this point. I'll
No,
take
you love a
I'll
Jew-
take whatever.
I gotta think about it.
Oh, while you think about it, Anita has a game for you.
I have a game. We have a game.
Okay.
Okay. So it's called Forgive Me, I Have Sinned. Okay. So with Kris Jenner having the lie detector test and confirming that Kim is indeed her favorite child, who is your current favorite housewife?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Oh my God. I'm so happy
I mean,
I'm not a housewife.
it changes every minute, and also that's a major HR issue.
Is that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes, of
oh,
course.
Man. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Speaking of Kris Jenner, phenomenal interview you did for the hosting of that reunion,
Thank
by the way.
you. Thank you.
Amazing, by the way.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
okay,
I
go back to
appreciate
Am I going back? Okay.
we just got in trouble with HR.
Okay, so
I cannot.
let me
I'm
just
sorry,
make
Bravo.
sure. Okay, this one. Oh, this one might be an HR issue too.
Wait, why?
Okay, with okay, from all your gifts you have received from your guests on the show.
Well, they're not just housewives.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
gets
That's
A-listers.
everyone. Okay.
Okay.
What is your favorite gift that you've received that's in their clubhouse? What's the most prized gift that you've received?
The Shotsky from Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah.
She
I thought you
thought
were going
it-
to say Lady Gaga's urine.
Yeah.
Well, that was amazing.
I thought
We
you were
have a
gonna,
knife-
I thought you were
I
gonna
got a
say
knife
Gigi's
from
knife.
Gigi.
Knife.
I
Yeah.
got a knife from Gigi that
Yeah.
it's still in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great stuff. A disco ball from Mariah Carey.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
We want to start doing that too back here.
A disco ball.
No,
Oh,
we're gonna
Clubhouse?
get a clubhouse thing. Like
We gotta
we're
start
gonna
stocking
copy
stuff.
you.
I
fun
was
stuff.
inspired by your Clubhouse. I was like, let's just do it the way Andy does his Clubhouse.
Dude, I love it.
And let's make a game like Andy makes a game.
Yeah. Okay. We kind of want to be you.
I totally want to be you.
Oh my gosh, I have like more questions, but should I do it?
No. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Which one should we do? There's so many good ones.
Wrap it up.
Okay, fine.
Andy, I know you have an amazing station on Sirius XM. I love it. I always tune in. It's called Andy's Kiki Lounge. So I would love if everyone can check out Andy's Kiki Lounge.
Thank you.
It's
and
really
Radio
good music.
Andy. I have a music channel and a talk channel.
I love it.
So
That's awesome.
101 and 312. Thank you.
I love your
appreciate
stuff.
it.
I love your
Thank
stuff.
you.
I've always loved you. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate it. I'm still learning from you. I can't wait to see you again on Watch What Happens Live, BravoCon.
And I'll be seeing you. I'll be
Reunions coming
seeing you
up.
at your reunion relatively soon too.
I'll see
Oh,
you
yeah,
at the
she'll see you
reunion.
there.
And the last thing I wanted to say, sorry to switch gears, is I wanted to send my condolences to you for your friend Andy Newman. I'm so
Oh,
sorry
thank you.
about
Thank
that.
you.
I know that
Thank
was a bit of a, unfortunate situation. So I'm sorry, but
appreciate
thank you
it.
so much for doing this, Andy.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
I'll
Great
see
to
you
see you,
soon.
Anita. Great to see you,
Good to see you.
Gigi
Yeah,
June.
it was great.
Thank you, Andy John. Bye.
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 Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh.
See you next time.
See you. I'm going to light this joint. I'm so nervous. I was so
Pick it up.
nervous.
You deserve it. You did a
Oh
great
my
job.
God. I was so
That was
nervous.
good. Oh my god, I had
Bye.
more fun questions.
Oh my God.
I really wanted to ask him the Aretha one. That would have been fun. Oh, and then the Shaw's one. We had so many good questions. for him.
Anita, you came over here last night. We decided exactly what you were going to ask. And for some reason, you completely went off script.
I did?
You were supposed to ask the Shaw's thing at the end.
Yeah, but I didn't ask it because you said that was my next question.
No, I didn't. You're like, oh, I have so many
I
questions.
should've just done it, yeah.
I have. No, you only have one question left to ask.
No, I had the Aretha Franklin one.
We only talked about 3 that were confirmed. Good God, I'm sitting here trying to impress Mr. Cohen, and you got me all sorts of fucked up in the game, girl. Do you want to smoke this?
No.
But that was fucking cool.
That was good. That was
No,
good.
man, that was great. He loved. Listen, did you see him flip his glasses off when you asked that question there? He was like, fuck, because he knew he couldn't answer it.
I thought he would. I
I didn't know it would be an HR issue. I hope he's not saying that to get out of it.
I think he is. There's no way, because even if he says that, like,
no,
it doesn't
but if
really...
he does say that, because then if there is a difference in that, maybe what if that person gets a different paycheck, or that person gets a different contract one year? They're going to say it's because it's Andy's, favorite.
Yeah.
It's different to say one of your children are your favorite, especially when... Hello, it's obvious that Kim Kardashian was Kris Jenner's favorite. I mean, she was the biggest moneymaker.
Exactly.
Until Kylie came along. So now Kylie's actually Kris's favorite.
And when was the lie detector test done?
That was before Kylie was a billionaire.
Oh,
Kylie was like 10 years old at that time.
So for sure. It's not Kim
was
anymore.
the favorite. Yeah, no. Everyone even says Kylie's the favorite. Even Kim says Kylie's now the favorite. So, that was not an HR issue. It's in the family. I guess Andy could not give that to us. I know who my favorite of all the housewives are.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it depends. Is it my favorite from watching them on TV or from like interactions in person? From TV,
both. Let's do both. TV?
Okay, from TV, it would have to be Ramona from Housewives of New York.
Okay.
Because she's just so authentically herself, good or bad. Okay, trust me, the woman's got all kinds of bad things about her as well as her good. But she's just so authentically herself.
Yeah.
And I just respect that. Lee's favorite is the bitch that just got fired. Kelly, what? Fraud, Dodd, what? Oh, dog. Yes, that one.
Okay. I could have guessed
you.
that one.
You brought it up, didn't you?
I could have guessed that one.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was great to have Andy on. I was really wanting to know a lot of those questions about his surrogacy and egg donor concept, because it's different for different people. He got the egg donor, and what I've heard is it's 100 times harder to find an egg donor than it is to find a sperm donor. I feel like a bunch of guys in college are all just going and, jizzing in tubes because they were getting $100 a pop.
Yeah. And for them, it's not sentimental. It's just different.
Yeah, it means nothing. For a woman, it's a bunch of injections. It's taking hormones.
Yeah.
I did it. I did egg freezing. It's the same concept. It was not easy. 3 needles in the stomach every day.
No, it's not.
So it's a lot harder, and it makes me so much happier to see that people are able to take this route. And I actually have this information I want to share. Okay, so because the surrogacy and donor situation is very, very expensive, and a lot of families are out there not doing it because of the luxury of doing it the way I did or Andy did, but because they have medical difficulties conceiving or having children, have poor sperm, poor eggs, cannot create embryos, can't hold embryos. There is a company called babyquest.com, and they help with fertility grants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a really good thing.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even know that that existed when I did my process, but yeah, that's really great.
But he was like, I don't know. He was like, he just seems like such a great father, and he's like, and it's cool that he wants to bring another one into the world. And, and I agree, and I think that's nice to have siblings. It's really important, and that's why I keep trying to push you to kind of take that route too.
Do another one.
Having like Elijah.
You have such a good relationship with your sisters. Yeah, you really do have that, and I mean, I love my sister, and we're fine, But I think that for me, if I were younger, I would maybe consider having a sibling for Elijah. But I think that, I'm about to be 40, and having a second one, it's not something for me, because I think my autoimmune disease is really kicked in full-fledged, and seeing how impaired I am because of it, and I have to always have a nanny here or one of my parents here to help me, because if I'm in too much pain and I can't help my own son. So right now it's more of a fear to have a second child. I'm like, oh my God, how would I even give any part of myself to one of these kids? So I'm going to take a back seat to that. I don't have any fallopian tubes, so I can have as much sex as possible and I won't get pregnant. So I think
it's been like 3 years, so I think it's time to have sex. Yeah.
Oh my God, Anita, you have no idea. You really have no idea.
I do.
Have you ever gone 3 years?
I think I'm close to that myself.
Are
Wait, hold
you?
on. I don't even know. I think I'm
No, are you?
definitely at. Well, COVID's been what, like a year and a half. COVID, right?
It'll be
March.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like maybe like 2 years, a little
2
over 2
years.
years. So I'm not far behind.
Oh my God. Have you ever thought about doing the speed dating thing?
No, wait. Oh, when you sit on the table and you go around?
Yeah.
Does that still happen? That doesn't even happen anymore. There's no way.
Because of COVID, but I mean, I don't
Or
know.
because
But
of
it still happens. I looked
Dating
it up.
apps? Oh, really?
I looked it up. They do it at clubs and like fancy restaurants. So once it works out, you stay either for the lounge and have drinks with the person you matched with, or you stay at the restaurant and have a dinner with the person.
I will do it if you do it with me.
Well, that's the only reason why I'm asking you,
let's do
Anita.
it. Let's do it.
Are you down?
Yeah.
I'm down. Should we take the microphones with us?
Yeah. You're coming
and the
with
cameras?
me and the camera and yeah.
Can you guys picture her speed dating? I
my
feel
God,
like
it'd be
it's
so
gonna like.
funny.
What are you gonna? What do you have? A couple minutes to add? Okay, we're going way off. We're gonna have another episode that's. We're gonna go into speed dating.
We're gonna do a speed dating.
That's what we're gonna do. We're
episode.
gonna talk about speed dating, and we're gonna write down what our questions are gonna be for our people, and we're gonna do them to each other. Or maybe we should bring someone in, a guy in, and you could practice.
We could practice on him.
We could
or
practice on him.
We could bring like a speed dating coach if there's one
Yeah.
that exists. I don't know.
Oh, she's there. That's my
Speed dating
girl.
coach.
You see, this is what it is. This is what it is. You guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Genuinely Gigi. If you loved us, rate us, review it, subscribe to it. We love you guys so much. I am so appreciative to all our guests, to all of our audience. I love this girl, and we are going speed dating.
Speed dating. Can't wait.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Genuinely Gigi. Download new episodes every week. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And be sure to leave us a rating and review. And while you're at it, check out some of the other great shows available on Straw Hut Media.